Hi everybody, today I'm going to be explaining how to properly care for a pet ferret. Life with ferrets is awesome, but there's a lot of responsibility that comes with owning them, much like with any other pet. There's definite research you should do before adding any living thing to your family to make sure that they and you and your family are a good fit for each other. I did a ton of research on what life was like with ferrets before getting Dozer, and thusly I decided that the ferreting lifestyle was a perfect match for me. There's many aspects of owning ferrets to think about, including their cages, bathroom supplies, feeding supplies, bedding supplies, and what I call the fun stuff. I'm going to go over these all individually and in more detail, starting with what cage to get your pet ferret. I have the Super Pet Habitat Define cage that has 5 levels. I find it's an easier setup than some cages, and the ferrets like to do different things in different areas, such as sleeping, eating, drinking, and going to the bathroom. This cage may be a little much for 1 or 2 ferrets, so there are plenty of other fine choices out there. When it was just Dozer and I, my old guinea pig cage worked perfectly. But once you have more than one, they need more space. It's nice to have more than one level in their cage so they don't get bored or depressed during the day for you to come home. 4 or 5 levels should suffice. Make sure to get solid ramps for ferrets to move from shelf to shelf, not the wire ramps with spaces in between where a ferret's foot can get caught. Another thing that's important is to ferret-proof the area your ferrets or ferret will have access to while playing. You'll want to make sure all outlets are covered, all unsteady furniture blocked off, and any other cords or other potential dangers you can think of are not accessible. Now let's talk about the bathroom situation. Ferrets are like cats, where they like to use a litter box. I would recommend on buying a high-back litter pan, as it will make cleaning time easier and help avoid anything spilling over the edge. You'll have to scoop litter at least once a day. For the actual litter, I suggest using recycled paper pellets. Be careful with cat litter. It's bad for ferrets to breathe in and ingest the chemicals put in there as clumping agents and odor maskers. Now, on to cleaning. I would recommend cleaning your ferret's cage every couple of days. Next, you'll also need some basic cleaning supplies, such as laundry soap, to wash and dry ferrets' blankets and hammocks in. Every few weeks, you should do what I call a deep clean, which includes a complete litter change. The litter pans also need to be washed. I like to do so in a wash tub with hot water and a cap full of laundry soap. Wash the food and water bowls with hot water and a tiny bit of dish soap. Before refilling the actual water, make sure the dish is out completely to remove all potential dish soap residue. Ferrets should be bathed also once a month in order to keep them healthy and clean. There is a special ferret shampoo that helps nourish their skin and oils. You can pick these up at just about any pet store. Now, time to talk about a ferret's food and drink. I don't recommend using a water dish because ferrets love to dig and play in them and not actually drink any of the water. I suggest the same thing for a food bowl. Next, a ferret's diet has a sort of structure that you need to follow in order to keep them healthy. The food should have a ratio close to 40% protein and 20% fat. I feed my ferrets a mix of Marshall Premium Ferret Food and Zupreme pellets. After their tummies are full, ferrets like to take naps. So let's talk about the bedding supplies. In order to have ferrets be comfortable, you should have a mix of both ferret hammocks and fleece blankets for them to burrow in. Lastly, we need to talk about the fun stuff. In order to keep ferrets properly stimulated, you should have a mix of toys for them to have fun with. As long as you watch them, they should be alright, and have just about any cat toy would be fine. As a safety precaution though, make sure you look and make sure that all of the toys don't have any broken pieces in them. Other fun things include little plastic tunnels and ball pits complete with little plastic balls that the ferrets absolutely love to run around in. To me, a ferret is literally a miniature version of a dog and cat combined, all wrapped up into one. The way they act, play, and just simply are combines the playful and companionship of a dog and the sneaky smartness and agileness of a cat. They are all this, and yet they are such different personalities. You can even train your ferret to do tricks. All in all, Even though ferrets are a lot of work, I am so grateful to have mine in my life. After a stressful day at school and work, I know just what to do when I get home. Give them a big old hug. Thank you.